Ladies, stand up straight, tuck in that tummy, pull those shoulders back. It is snippet time. Welcome to Sober Living Snippets, where we live alcohol-free so we can heal our relationships, feel youthful again, and ditch regret and shame. Youthful again. Oh, I have some fun with this. Gals, I'm Becca Jacobson. If you're new in Snippet Land, welcome, my dear, welcome. This week, we are looking at just tiny little mottos, little things we can think of throughout the day to keep us on track. Yesterday, it was bring it on, bring it on. Today, it is be here now. Be here now. Be here now. This is not the same as one day at a time. That's not at all what we're talking about. We're talking about doing things today that we're doing today. Do today what you've got to do today, and do tomorrow what you have to do tomorrow. In some way, I suppose we could call this worry, a snippet on worry, but it's deeper than that. Here's what made me think of it. Taxes. It's what they call tax season, right? Tax season. And so what happens? We start thinking about doing our taxes. We start dreading doing our taxes. Why did we call it tax season? Don't you just do your taxes one day and then you're done your taxes? Unless something goes wrong and it takes longer. But generally speaking, the day comes and we decide I'm going to get it done today and then it's done. But why do we dread it for the weeks leading up to it? What I'm talking about here is if you got to do your taxes next week on Wednesday, why even think about it today? If you have a dentist appointment 3 weeks from now, do the dentist appointment 3 weeks from now and forget about it today. I mean, if you have to have surgery next month, why don't you just have the surgery once next month, not every day between now and next month? Why do we worry about what's coming up? Why do we allow things that are coming up in our lives to haunt us and live them over and over and over again instead of just doing it when it happens? This is how our minds work, right? It's not good. It causes unnecessary stress, unnecessary worry, and what's worse, usually our concerns are unfounded. We get the thing done, it's over, and that's it. It's done, it's over. But we didn't just do it once, we did it for days leading up to the event. This happens with quitting alcohol. So let's say you pick a date, you're gonna quit alcohol. You don't just quit alcohol on that date, and you don't just live alcohol-free afterwards. You dread it and make up stories. We think about what it's going to be like. We imagine how horrible it's going to be. So instead of just approaching and living in the moment and saying, well, how do I feel in this moment? Right here, right now. Be here now. How do I feel right now? Right now, actually, I feel fine. So everything right here, right now, in this moment is fine, and yet my mind is allowing me to worry about this that might come up or make up a story about what's going to happen later, and then we make ourselves miserable and unhappy. So the Be Here Now, if you don't know this, was a famous book written by an American yogi called Ram Dass. He was well known in the 70s. And he wrote this little book called Be Here Now. And it's the idea of living in the moment, isn't it? Living in the moment. So if you have to do something next week that is not pleasant, do it next week. Let's just do it next week and live today. This is not that easy to do, is it? And yet it's so powerful. So when you find your mind wandering off to something that's not happening right now, pull it back. And I'm here to tell you that if you start doing that, it becomes easier and easier and easier over time. And you find yourself literally living today only. When I have a dentist appointment and I know I've got to have something unpleasant done to my teeth, I only do it once. I don't think as we age, we allow the dentist to bother us as much, but we do this with other things. We definitely do it with alcohol. Well, you see, if I quit, it's going to be like this, it's going to be like that. We're not actually doing it. We're just imagining what it's going to be like. And then we make up these stories, and then that builds up a dread in our stomach. And then we decide, well, maybe I'm not going to do that. Just live what's happening today. And most of the time, what you'll find, if you stop and ask yourself right here, right now, this minute, what's going on, and you stop and you look around, you'll realize, gee, everything's actually fine right now. There's really nothing going that's unpleasant. The only thing making it unpleasant is my mind. Always back to the alcohol-free mindset around here, isn't it? The longer I do this, the more convinced I am that it's all mindset. It's all in how we approach life and the things that happen to us and the things that don't happen to us and only happen to us in our minds. I hear this all the time. Here's an example, just happened a couple days ago. We had a particularly warm day. It's winter right now and it's been chilly. And it was a nice day. And I said to someone, oh, nice warm weather we're having. And the response was, well, wait till the spring. We're going to have floods. I'm like, today is a nice day. But instead, this person I'm talking to is worried about floods in the spring that probably won't even happen. I know I ask a lot of you, I really do. And what I usually ask of you is that you put energy and effort into watching your thoughts. So last weekend, I mentioned this before, it was such an amazing weekend because I did a live masterclass called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Drinking. And I did that because that's what I teach. I teach mindset. And it was so well received that I did an encore class on Sunday. So I did it on Saturday, then I did it again on Sunday, and I still had tons of people who couldn't make it request the replay. So that information is getting out there. By the way, if you'd like to see that class, all you have to do is email me and ask me for it. I'll send you the replay. Happy to do that. Just, you can email me anytime at becca@beccajacobson.com. Or if you're on my email list, just hit reply to any email that I send you. I do read replies. So thinking, meaning how we use our minds, is the main teaching that I do, because I believe at the bottom of my heart that is what will change our lives. It all takes place between our ears. And so today's message for you gals is to work hard. Don't strain. I don't mean, when I say I ask a lot of you, I don't mean straining. I mean being alert, being aware of what you're thinking about. And today's message is be aware of whether or not your mind is in this day or another day, and bring it back to this day. Be here now. That's today's motto. Right here, right now, everything is fine. If you're worrying about something that's going to happen tomorrow, put in the effort to stop that. And that's the only way we can change our thinking is by changing our thinking over and over. Unfortunately, the old mind wants to default and it wanders off. And if we have a flabby mind, I've talked about having a flabby mind before. We don't want flabby bodies. We don't want flabby minds. And to have a nice, fit, tight mind, tight mind, I like that one. We've got to exercise it. And that means we got to watch what we're thinking and don't allow your thoughts to jerk you around. Don't allow your thoughts to jerk you around and make you unhappy. Your happiness depends on what you're thinking and experiencing in the moment. And if you're thinking and experiencing something that's not even happening today, wow, what a waste. What a waste of a perfectly useful day that you have in front of you. So, my dear, I hope you're grabbing your snippets in the morning. And today's motto is be here now. Spend today in today. And whatever you've got coming up next week, tomorrow, next month, forget about it. There's literally no reason to even give it a second thought. If you have to prepare for something, sit down, prepare for it, and then forget about it. Other than preparation, there's no reason to think about it. So unless you're actually preparing either by writing something or rehearsing in some way, let it go. Do it on the day that it's going to be done, and don't do it today. Be here now, gals. Spend today being right here in this day, today. Doesn't matter when you're hearing this. Today is the only day. Let's live it. Let's be here now. Thanks for grabbing your snippet, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back tomorrow so we can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.